Hey guys, welcome to the Firearms and Fellowship podcast. I've got my good buddy, the Raging Cajun, George McAllister, in the podcast tonight. How are you, George?
I never had so much and needed so little, Jerry.
Well, I think we got a pretty good show for people tonight. We're going to talk about the Ohio Gun Collectors Association show that you guys just went to, and you've got an old revolver for us to look at. And then we're going to touch a little bit on the Gun Control Act of 1968. And yeah, we'll see what else. Maybe talk about a couple sites, scopes, peep sites, things like that. So, George, tell us about the Ohio Gun Collectors Show.
The Ohio Gun Collector Show is a great show. Those folks couldn't be any more cordial. They go out of their way to make you comfortable, give you anything you want or need. It's well attended. It's a wonderful facility. It's well lighted. The aisles are wide. The attendance is great. There's a hotel with a nice restaurant attached to the facility, so parking's easy to get in, easy to get out. I can't say enough good about those folks. They just really bent over backwards to accommodate us. Had all the RSA guys together on our own row, all set up, and it was just great. We had a really good time. There you go. That's it. You can see that, and that was right in the front door when the folks walked in the front door. That's what they saw. So we were sort of right in the center of attraction there, and it was nice. It was nice.
That does look like a wonderful setup. And
It's nice. Lighting's good. The air conditioning is great. You'll almost freeze to death in that place. Uh, just couldn't be better. Couldn't be better.
how many tables were there, George?
Man, Jeremy, I'm terrible at guessing tables. I don't know. Uh, I would say somewhere in the league of 300 to 500. I would guess. I don't know. It's big.
Yeah, I was looking at some of these pictures. There's some very nice firearms there.
Oh, there's some good stuff there. Really
And
good.
what did you have on your table?
I just had a mix. I had some nice single action Remingtons, a couple of really nice percussion guns, and a few long guns, a couple of sharps, a Winchester or two, a couple of single shot rifles, uh, some little guns. Even had a Python on there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
What are we
yeah.
looking at here?
This is a display that was just done. This is a display that went to the NRA National Convention and won the most educational award. Just a beautiful bunch of boxed presentation rifles that guys won awards with from the Secretary of the Navy. I had never seen anything just like that. It pretty doggone impressive, and you can see it took up about 4 tables to get it all out there. That's really well done. That is really well done.
Now, I believe if you're a Remington Society of America member, there's some benefits to that help you get into the Ohio show. Is that correct?
That is. They let us in there. I think we got in a couple hours early to set up. They helped us get our stuff in. They'll help you get your stuff out. Uh, they take it was interesting. They took these pictures for us. They don't allow any pictures or movies inside, but if you want pictures, they have a photographer and he'll come around and take all the pictures you'd like to have.
Okay.
So that's pretty nice, and a lot of shows are getting that way. Don't like don't like pictures, people taking pictures in the show, and I kind of understand that.
Yeah. Usually,
We were
if
set
you
up
go,
right next to the. No, go ahead.
usually if you go talk to them, sometimes they'll give you permission to, do an interview or um,
Yeah,
take some limited pictures, but you definitely don't want to go around willy nilly uh, taking photographs of whatever you want.
no, and I don't mind people taking pictures. I just appreciate if they ask first, and it's usually okay.
Yeah.
Just appreciate them asking.
Well, that's a neat deal. I'd encourage people to go check out the Ohio Gun Collectors Association, and hopefully next year I can meet up with you guys there.
Next year, I think I'm gonna do it twice next year. I'm gonna do this July show, but I'm gonna go back in May. They have a display show where people bring in a lot of really big displays, and you get awards, and it's a judged show. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to display at the May show, and then go back for the July show too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun
Good
if I
deal.
can get ready in time.
There's a lot of work that goes into doing those shows.
There's a lot of work goes into a display. You'll
Yeah.
lose sleep thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, you sent me some photos of a revolver that you came across, so we're gonna pop this up here on the screen. I think people are gonna enjoy seeing this.
This is one of my favorite guns in my collection, and I wanted to make a little point about this. We've talked about collecting and having good stuff in your collection and all. Well, I don't know just how you classify this, but it's nice having stuff in your collection that just brings attention. Color just brings something a little bit new in all your collection. Guns in your collection don't have to be pristine or completely original or anything like that. This one certainly isn't. But
Yeah.
this is an interesting gun that's been modified from the tip of the barrel to the end of the grips. It's a belly gun. It's a cut down. Some people call them banker specials.
Mm-hmm.
It's a it started life as an 1858 Remington New Model Navy, a 36 caliber percussion gun. Uh,
You were showing me that before we started. Can you show everybody what this looked like before?
Yes.
Man, look at that thing.
And this we may have to show this again just to give you some perspective on that gun. This is a nice gun. This is an anchor. This one's got an anchor mark in the top where it was marked after the Civil War. This is a beautiful gun.
It is.
Yeah, this is what you want in your collection if you get lucky, and I got lucky. It's a good gun, but that's what that little gun started out at, just like this. So
Okay.
and then you can right off the bat you can see the barrel's been cut, and you can see the loading lever. And we may have another picture. The loading lever has been shortened, cut down. Come on down. We'll talk about it. Well, that's a good picture to talk about too. But there you see that loading lever's been shortened.
Yeah.
Cut back, the latch moved back. The latch moved back and mortised into the bottom of the barrel. And interestingly enough, they moved the sight back. I don't know why anybody would have thought they needed a sight on that gun.
Yeah. Oh,
but it's in there, and it's a beautiful job. Now all the finish is gone, but you'll also notice, yeah, it's also been narrowed. Those little let me hold up this other gun and point out something to you.
Okay.
If you look, you see this little wing that sticks out right here. That's the cylinder pin that you could pull forward.
Yeah.
You can see how far it protrudes out.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the one on that gun. It's been narrowed. It's been filed down. It's been made smaller, probably to keep it from hanging up on your belt or something if you pulled it out. See how narrow that is?
Yeah, I do.
It's real small. Whoever did that really knew what he was doing and really did a fine job. And it's obviously been used a lot. I would love to know the story behind that gun.
Yeah.
I've had it, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And when I have my display up, my percussion guns displayed, that one's in a display, and that gun will bring as much attention as the really, really good guns. People like to look at that gun, and it's just as cool as it can be. if you go back and show the grips have been narrowed on that gun, so they're not as. You see how they're there's a pretty good bit been taken off, and they've been split, and it's got some little square nails where they broke, and it's been nailed back together.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's just I just think it's cool, and it contrasts pretty good to all those really nice guns and shiny guns and all that. But boy, I wish this one could talk. I would love to know the history of this gun. I've
Yeah.
never seen another one. I've seen Colts done in a similar fashion. I've never seen another cut down Remington like that. And it works just fine. Mechanically, it's just as tight as a brand new gun.
Is that
So
right?
yeah, pretty cool. Just pretty cool. Yeah, you can see the old grips have taken a beating. Uh,
Yeah, they have.
yeah,
I bet it could tell some stories.
look at that sight. Why they did that? Why they thought they needed a sight, but
I
they did it.
don't-
It, it, it's I love it being on there.
yeah.
I'm so glad whoever did that. Uh,
Well, especially with all the work they did to make
yeah,
it narrower and smoother and all that, and then they put a little hanger there on the front.
yeah. The first thing that's or last thing that's gonna hang up when you're pulling it out. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Wow. Don't know. Banker's gun, belly gun. Hey, there you can see how everything's been shortened up, and load and
Yeah.
lever just works great. Just works great. You get the full extension on a ramrod, smooth as glass. Just really nice. Really nice. It's
How long is that overall length?
whew, I don't know. I don't think the barrel's over about an inch and a half, and the guns were originally right at 7.5. So it's been cut back. I'd say 5 inches or better at
Yeah.
least.
Yep. That is neat.
Yeah, it's cool. Screws are still in pretty good shape. You can see
Mm-hmm.
nipples. I don't think the nipples have been replaced. If they have, those are original style nipples, and they're not all beat up. So
Yeah, it's got that brass trigger guard there
gas
too.
guard is it's all numbered. The serial number on that gun is under the barrel. Yeah, I may have shown that. I don't know. Uh,
Let me see.
I may have shown it. There may be a picture under the barrel. I don't know.
Yeah, you can see it there.
Yeah, there may be another one. I may not have sent it. I don't know. Uh, but
Right here.
yeah, right there, and that's good that all the serial numbers still on there too. It's uh it's good. I love those grips.
Yeah, that's a neat deal there.
Yeah, serial numbers under the left grip on the frame. It's on the tang of the trigger guard. If you pull it off, serial number is there. That's the three normal places you'll find them: under the barrel, under the left grip on the frame, and on the tang of the trigger guard when you pull it. And that one matches all the way through.
Huh. Yeah,
Just a name.
I know
Yeah,
some pistols they would actually serialize just about every part.
some of them
Um,
are. Uh,
trying to think, there's a pistol, the West German pistol, um, Luger. I think
yeah,
Luger did that.
yeah, got numbers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Colt did a little bit better job than Remington did. Uh, on some Colt's percussion guns, the arbor, the cylinder arbor will be numbered. The wedge will be numbered. The gun will be numbered, and uh, you like to find a Colt with a numbered wedge because wedges get lost. Or also, you find one with a matching wedge on it. I don't know if it's a I don't know if it's a big added value wise. I guess not, but it's certainly from a desirability standpoint, you like having a wedge that's numbered to your gun.
Yeah. Well, and it's good to know that some guns are like that when you're buying them because you might get a pistol that's a Franken gun, you know.
You can find them, or they'll find you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So,
Well,
well, cool.
that's an interesting gun, and I like having it. Again, I think it adds color. to your collection. Having something like that out on your table that's like all your other guns, but something different like that, I think that's good. One day, I have another couple of them that we'll look at one day that are along the same line, a little bit different, but along the same line that you'll find interesting too. So
Yeah.
we'll do them one day too.
I look forward to hearing the comments about
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
me too. People like it. Heck, I like it. I liked it when I bought it, and I like it today.
Yeah. Actually, I may go ahead and do a premiere for this one.
Okay,
And if you're available a little bit later, I'll get this posted up, and we can both jump on YouTube, and if people have some comments, and we can read those, and
that'd be fine.
maybe have a little discussion with the viewers later.
Yeah.
So that would be that'll be neat. I like that. So one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight, and this is I don't know really exactly how it came about. It's like a confluence of things that happened that made me kind of look at this, and that is the Gun Control Act of 1968. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about what it was. Of course, anybody can get online and read about it. But one of the things that came out of the Gun Control Act was that you could not import certain guns, and they used some kind of vague language um, to describe what guns were not allowed, and they were guns that were not for a sporting purpose. And it wasn't spelled out very clearly what the sporting purpose gun was. And so what happened was there was some pistols that were banned that I find kind of absurd, really. You could still make them here in the U.S. and sell them. You just could not import them. And one of them was these little baby Brownings. It's just a 4-inch long, 25 caliber pistol, and these were actually very popular. In 1953, Browning uh, got the rights to import this pistol from F&N. And this gun has absolutely nothing to do with Browning. I did a video on this pistol, but they went to great length to make you think that Mr. John Browning was involved in this, and um, he wasn't. It was Dieudonné Saïve who actually designed this gun, and of course Browning didn't make it. But that was one that was banned from import because obviously it's just a terrifying little pistol, as as well as these old Colts, which were often referred to as baby Brownings as well. I believe this one's a 1908, I think is the number, or 1905. 1908, I think is what it is. But so what really made me think about it is I saw this article online somewhere, and it was an old article from Guns and Ammo. And you can see at the top it says exposed America's Nazi gun laws. And this article was written by Jews for the Preservation of Firearms Ownership. And I'd never heard of them, but they are an organization. They've been around, I think, since 1989. Um, but what it talks about is the Gun Control Act of 1968 was basically lifted from the Nazi gun control laws of 1938. And they looked at those two side by side, and they're just almost identical. And but yeah, look up this article online if you're interested. Um, it's it's kind of curious. Some of the legislatures that were involved in putting the Nazis in prison and all that were part of the 1968 Gun Control Act, and the article talks about how they seem to have framed that Gun Control Act from the Nazi gun control laws. But the other thing that came up, I was doing some research for this Walther PPKS, which is a little bit. It's a little bit bigger than a regular PPK. I forget. I think it's like half an inch longer, um, and it holds one extra round. But the reason that they came out with the PPKS is to get around the Gun Control Act of 1968. Apparently, there was a points system that they would look at these firearms and decide whether or not they were considered a sporting gun or not. So the PPKS is considered a sporting firearm, whereas these little guys are not. And I think what happened was there was some assassinations that took place with these little pocket pistols. And if I were to guess, I would say that's probably where the ban on those originated from. So just like I say, it was just a few things that kind of popped up this week, and maybe look into that. And I found it curious that the PPKS came about because of the Gun Control Act of '68. So hopefully I got all that right. I'm not sure, but I'm sure some people will comment. The other thing I've been doing the past couple weeks since we talked, and I think I might have mentioned that scope up there back behind me, that Tasco 4x32 Japanese scope. Well, I've been on eBay, George, and that's a dangerous place for me to
It's
be.
a dangerous place to go.
So I've bought a few of these old Tascos. This is a 3x9x40, which is a nice piece of glass for the money. You can get those for 40, $50. And a scope like this is a Japanese made 4x20, I believe. It was 99 cents. Um,
Wow.
so I've got a few rifles to scope up, but the one that I've really been working on is that Marlin 99. And
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know if I've shown you this, George.
Yeah.
I did. Oh, let's see. That's not the 99. Where did I put it? Well, I said it somewhere. Anyway, it needed a peep sight, and I ordered a Williams foolproof.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one, hopefully y'all can see this. It's got the original price tag on it there, $9. It is a FP88, and they made so few of the Marlin 99s. I had a hard time figuring out which model went on it, and the only one that came up was an 88. And I talked about that in a video, and one of my viewers said that the Model 56 actually fits better. The 88 was for centerfire rifles, so
Okay.
it's a little bit wider. It will work on it, but he said the 56 would fit better. And lo and behold, I found one of those on the eBay, and it's on the way. So we'll be doing a video about that pretty soon. I shot that 99 with open sights. I took the scope off of it and shot it with open sights, and it grouped very well. So I'm looking forward to getting the peep sight on there and seeing just how well it does with the peep sight. And I don't know, we may put a scope back on it, but
Oh, you're gonna put a scope on.
I think it'll look good with peep sights on it though. So I don't know. We'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, as far as Remington Society, there is a lot of interesting stuff coming up real soon.
There are.
Um,
There is. Yeah.
there's a redesigned website that's
Yeah.
right around the corner, as far as I have been told.
It's right around the corner. You'll be hearing something about it real soon. All you RSA guys, just stand by. You'll be getting the notification real quick.
Yeah, that'll be great.
But we're
Um,
really enthused. It's new and it's revamped. It's friendlier and everything. It's gonna be better. Content's gonna be better.
yeah, that's the here's the old website, which you could still use this one, and we invite you to
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
sign up. There's also the archives project, and I was talking to Roy Marco today about that, and that's going really well, actually better than expected, from what I understand. And that'll be a wonderful asset for RSA members. Um, for those that aren't familiar, Remington was not great about curating their records and information, and RSA swooped in and did a lot of that legwork and preserved a lot of that stuff so that we can have it today. Current Remington um, Corporation is not really wanting to play ball as far as the historical stuff. So RSA is very important for guys like me and George and anybody that makes content on Remington stuff. RSA is going to be an invaluable resource for you. You'll be able to reach out and get information for if you're going to write a book or you're writing articles or making a video. Man, I really implore you to join RSA. It's only $50 for the first year and $45 each year thereafter. And of course, you get the journals. You get 4 journals every year. And I think we're gonna work a deal for the viewers coming up. Have we decided to go ahead and do that, George?
Yeah. I think we're gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah. It's certainly will benefit us all. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good idea. We're pretty sure we're seeing an uptick in membership based primarily on these podcasts and the RSA podcast. We're attracting some new members, and my gosh, that's the aim. Every gun collecting or every collecting organization is faced with the same dilemmas: how to gain new membership, and social media is going to be the way you're going to do that. We think so. Yeah, so we're going to offer some incentives to do that. You'll be hearing about that real quick.
Yeah,
Jeremy Jeremy kind of came up with that idea and pretty good. Oh boy, he might be a little smarter than he looks.
I'm all right for an Okie, huh?
Not too bad.
Well, we're just getting started on these podcasts. We're going to have a lot of really smart guys come on and talk about these old Remingtons. It's going to be an absolute blast, and really looking forward to it. So
Let me say too for you guys that's watching out there and talking about the RSA. RSA is not only just about guns. It's Remington was into everything at one time or another. We have sewing machine collectors. We have cash register collectors. We have typewriter collectors. Uh,
mhm.
we have bicycle collectors. We have roller skate collectors. Uh, all of that stuff. And so the RSA is about all things Remington, not just firearms. So if you have some interest in some of those other things, come on, give us a try. We have experts, guys that'll be tickled to death to help you with that.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of the great things about the journals. You get four journals a year, and they're not a run of the mill magazine that you buy off a magazine stand. They're high quality, glossy photos and really good articles. And like you say, George, it's not just firearms in there. There's articles on all kinds of stuff. There's ammo, there's knives, there's the breadth of what Remington made over the years is astounding. And there's guys that are out there that are into all of it.
Yeah,
And you'd be hard pressed to find a better source of information on those things than Remington Society of America.
yeah, yeah.
So, George, I think that's a wrap for us. So we went a little bit faster than I thought we were going to, but
Well,
maybe
it,
we're just getting a little better at this. Is that
I'd
what
like
it
to,
is?
I'd like to think so. We sure appreciate you and what you're doing. It. Uh, any of us that collect or gather or whatever we do, it's really great to be able to share your stuff with other folks. That's the joy of having it, is being able to share it. So this gives us a whole new way to do that. It's fun, and we appreciate it. We hope everybody's enjoying it. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I sure enjoy it. And I'm going to get this podcast loaded up on the YouTube just as fast as I can. And like I say, we'll do a premiere so we can jump in there and chat with some people this evening.
that works.
All right, buddy. Thank
All
you
right.
so much for coming on.
Thank you,
And
Jerry. Thank you, folks, too. Enjoyed seeing y'all this evening.
thank you. Y'all have a good evening and God bless.